And I mean to say, no foreign language can be learned without taking pains. That's all I have to say. And I am sure I didn't offend anybody with my words. But this is the way I feel now. And always remember this thing, Rome was not built in a day. Thank you very much.
This was Mohini Arora. And now the next name on the list is that of Junaid Shamsi. So Junaid Shamsi, please come on stage and say whatever you want to say.
Let me start with a very good evening and a very happy new year to all the guests, my batchmates, my sir. Today I am here once again not to prove my skills, but just because I didn't want to let this opportunity go out of my hands. As all of you know that we are here to celebrate our annual function. The first thing that comes to a person's mind is that some sort of dance, music or a fancy dress show. But here at Helpline, things are entirely different. We don't have any such programs on our list. The only thing that we discuss and talk about is English language, its importance and why it is important. The atmosphere in which we live today, no one can say that they don't have anything to do with English and they don't need it and they are quite comfortable without English. The most embarrassing moment is the one when we can boast of our excellence and academics, but we can't say English and understand. So my dear friends, you will have to keep this thing that you will have to keep pace with the changing time and you will have to make efforts to learn this language. But a word of advice, don't do it in a hurry. It takes time to learn good, impressive and respectable English. With these words, I would like to thank all of you that you listen to me with interest and patience. Thanks once again. Thank you.
This was Junaid Shamsi, who told you why English was important and how we could learn it. And now I'm going to call Sayyid Shahbaz Mia to come and express his views on English. Sayyid Shahbaz Mia.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the beginning of the new year for me couldn't have been better than this. Because today, for the first time ever, I have got a chance to address a gathering of learned people, intellectuals, and highly placed government officials. I mean, today we have with us the DM of Rampur, Mr. Shankar Lal Pandey. Also we have Mr. Waqarul Hassan Siddiqui, who is not only the OSD of Raza Library Rampur, but also a great intellectual and a patron of art, literature, poetry, and what not. Today it is only because of him we are celebrating our annual function in this historical Rangmail Hall. And last but not least, we have with us Mr. N.K. Berry, who is not only the principal of GRPG College, but also a great intellectual. My dear friends, I would like to tell you an incident which took place 2 months ago. Well, this incident is also a proof of our tendency that we don't start learning English unless and until we are pushed to the wall. There are many people who start learning English when they get a visa from some or the other country. The same way I also used to take English very lightly, and I thought that I could learn English in just a matter of few weeks or months. But this incident proved me absolutely wrong and overconfident. I suppose you people know IBM is a multinational giant, and to get a job there is not only a great experience, but also requires a great amount of effort. I mean to say, they don't appoint just every Tom, Dick and Harry. You need to have something in you. Well, I was asked some questions, and to some extent I answered them, but it was not up to the mark. So friends, I missed a good chance just because of my poor grasp on English. The message is loud and clear that today English is one of those essential requirements without which we can't do. Though I don't feel like going back from here, but I will have to. Because being in the medical profession, I know that an overdose of anything is always bad. And looking at the watch, it is ticking away, so I must leave now, but not without thanking all of you for listening to me and my view. Thank you so much once again.
Mehroza Khan is the next speaker. Mehroza.
Respected Chief Guest and the other guests, very good evening and Happy New Year. It's a matter of great honor for me that I am here to express my views in front of you. Today, I am going to tell you about the importance of English. English is the need of the hour. Wherever we go, we need English. We are incomplete without it. It's very difficult to do without English. We need English in every step of our lives. If we meet our friends, then we need English. If we want to get a good job, then we need English. Today, English is must, so we should learn it. You would be surprised to know that I had English as a subject only up to class 10th. I have studied like most Hindi medium students. After completing my graduation, I did 2 years course in mass communication. During my mass communication, I realized the importance of English when I went to Bareilly to take the practical of this course. I found all the students were speaking English, but I couldn't. Then I felt embarrassed and started looking for a good English language institute. Later, I landed here. When sir asked me to speak on this occasion, my eyes were wide open with surprise. I was taken aback because I wasn't confident of speaking publicly. It's very true that no one can learn new language in short period of time. English is a language in which the more you study, the more you get to know about it. I'm sure, friends, it's not only me, all of you must have faced embarrassment at some or the other time just because of not being able to speak English. There are thousands and thousands of other examples where people feel helpless and embarrassed when they can't speak or understand English. So do learn this language, but with patience and never in a hurry. So that's all I have to say. Thank you so much.
The next speaker is Sayyid Furqan Mia. Please come and let us know what you want to say. Sayyid Furqan Mia.
Respected Chief Guest, Mr. Shankalal Pandey, the District Magistrate of Rampur, Dr. Siddiqui sir, Professor N.K. Berry, Principal of GRPG College, Rampur, our learned teacher, Mr. Imran Jalil, and all my friends and batchmates, a very good evening and also a very happy new year. Today, we are here, the historical place Rang Mahal, to celebrate the annual function of our institute. And I am happy that I am before you to express my views on the importance of English language. It's a matter of great honor and pleasure for me to have the rare opportunity of addressing this gathering of educated and enlightened elite of the town. It's only with the guidance and encouragement that I have been receiving from my teacher, Mr. Imran Jalil, that I have been able to shed some of my fear of speaking in public. He is the moving spirit and a guide and a friend in the true sense of the term. This is my maiden venture to speak before an audience, and that too in a language which has been quite a nightmare to me till recently. Although I hold a master's degree in English, yet I have never been able to speak in English with the confidence and fluency that is expected of an educated person. We don't wear our qualifications on our lapels. It's the spoken word which gives away our qualifications. We quite often communicate through the spoken word. We may agree or disagree, but it's a historical fact that English language is an important tool of communication, be it in education, in commerce, in business, in industry, or in politics, and so on. The way things are going, we see that when we apply for a job, we are asked to appear for an interview. And quite often, this interview is carried out in English. If you are unable to speak in English with the confidence and fluency, chances are that you won't be selected. There are several kinds of jobs these days which require interaction with the clients and other persons in spoken English. So the need to acquire fluency in spoken English cannot be overlooked. Speaking English with confidence gives an added dimension to our personality, which may prove crucial in getting a decent job in this fast expanding economy. And in the end, I will say that I'm really thankful to my teacher, Mr. Imran Jalil, who gives a lot of guidance and encouragement to his students. So that's all I have to say, and thanks for listening to me.
A slight change. I am going to call Tayyab Ali out of turn, though it was not Tayyab Ali's turn. Actually, it was Rahman Ali's, but I would like to call upon Tayyab Ali to come and express his views on English. And after that, we are going to have our first word quiz, and then we will go ahead with the rest of the program. Tayyab Ali.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, I would like to wish especially Chief Guest, Mr. Shankar Lal Pandey, who is the DM of Rampur, and the other guests who have been invited here. Today, my happiness knows no bounds, because today, for the first time ever in my life, I am addressing a gathering in English, which till yesterday was just a dream. As is the tradition of HELPLINE English Institute, we gather here once a year to celebrate our annual function, and we have a one-point program which is to throw light on the importance of English. Well, this is exactly what I am going to do now. I am very lucky that I am speaking in the presence of very learned people like Mr. N.K. Berry, who is a master of many languages, and so is Mr. Waqarul Hassan Siddiqui. Well, let me come to the point. There are many languages in the world which are spoken by the people who live in that particular area, like Chinese, Japanese, Russian, Persian, Arabic, Hindi, and Urdu. But the question is that which language is the most happening? I mean the most popular. And which language is spoken and understood everywhere in the world? I think the answer will be English. Wherever you go, you can speak English. And if you can't speak English, you are helpless and incomplete. Could you tell me about any country, any valuable profession, any big and famous school, colleges where English isn't spoken and used? We can't count on our fingers where all English is. Here, I would like to quote a couplet of the famous Urdu poet Daag Dehlavi, but with a slight modification, keeping in mind the occasion and the atmosphere. इंग्लिश है जिसका नाम हम ही जानते हैं राज, इंग्लिश है जिसका नाम हम ही जानते हैं राज, सारे जहां में धूम इंग्लिश ज़बान की. And at the same time, English isn't only a language, but it's a good and a complete lifestyle also. That's why I say that English isn't important only in our life, but it's life itself.